Hey guys, as you can see, I'm at work right now and I'm working from home. And it's nothing like being able to work from home, man. I love it. And it never stops me from doing the same amount of work that I would do if I was in office, So that's one of the things that you have to always remember is if you're working from home, do not let that cause you to chill and sit down and watch TV and be like, okay, I'm working from home. No one is going to find out. You still have to get your work done and people can still look and see if you're doing your work, if you're closing tickets and stuff. So, yeah, I'm working from home today and I decided to just go through my ticket queue with you guys and kind of give you guys an idea of how my day is going to go. So, if in case you are wanting to get into information technology, you have kind of an idea of how it would be. Now, every company is going to be structured differently, okay? The similarities will be you're going to have tickets or you're going to have to be able to help the end users, and the normal, regular technical stuff might be similar. The things that will be different is probably the applications being used to conduct these different things. Like we might use a specific ticketing system, you might use a different ticketing system, you might use different cloud platforms than we use, but the basis of it or the baseline of it is going to be similar. So yeah, today's Tuesday. Today's supposed to be my project day. Okay, so I work in office Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then Tuesdays is my project day. What does that really mean is that there might have a specific project that we are working on. Like, let's say, for instance, they want to update all devices from Windows 10 to Windows 11, right? So that would be like a project that would be conducted on someone's project day. Everyone on the team have a specific project day. Some of us have the same project day because it's a couple of us, but there's someone with projects on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Everybody have a project days, right? And everybody have different projects. Some people might need to consolidate users in a specific platform. So yes, the projects are going to be a little bit different, right? So today is my project day. I'm working on some Adobe stuff. We have a lot of users and just trying to make sure that we have a centralized repository of all of our users instead of having many portals, because we are a company that acquire different companies. So if you're acquiring different companies and one company already had Adobe, when we acquire them, we have to try to consolidate that, so get them in our portal and then cancel out the old one that they had when they was whatever old company they was before. You feel me? So basically that's it. And then I also help the security team. If you've been following my channel, then you know that cybersecurity is my ultimate dream, and this is what I'm in school for. This is what a lot of my certifications are for. And I only got into information technology or became an IT support specialist because I never worked an IT job before. So I think it's always good to get some kind of experience. So I was like, okay, I can get the experience as an IT support specialist. And once I'm in the information technology field, then it's going to be way more easier to branch off to different sectors of information technology versus just coming straight off the street, never worked an IT job before, and you're trying to break into a specific field or you're trying to niche down, right? So yeah, that's why I chose to go with an IT job, and I chose a company that has a cybersecurity team, and I just kept my fingers crossed, hoping that hey, eventually there's a spot for me there. So they already started putting me on projects and stuff, and they're trying their best, to move me over, so let's just let God take the wheel and just be prepared for the opportunity, because a lot of times that's all you could do is just be prepared for your opportunity. Don't rush it, just be prepared, right? So yeah, I have some security stuff that I'm going to be going through and doing today, and that's going to be part of my project day. And then maybe the other half of the day I will be doing studies, like, because I'm in college. So I'll probably be doing some studies. Now I've told you guys I'm doing this internship type program with Josh Madakor. He's a really good teach. He's a really big YouTuber that's been in the information technology field and cybersecurity field for years, and I might be doing some of that training later on today, and also doing some of my cybersecurity college coursework that I have. I'll do some of those probably later, because like I told you guys, project days is for projects, and then the other half of the day should be more on learning, more on if you're working on a specific certification that the boss told you to work on, or whatever the case may be, you should be focused on that. On the project days, we shouldn't even be really going through tickets, okay? But just so you can have an idea of how the days go, right? First thing first, first thing I do, I wake up, get my coffee. Sometimes I get my workout in, get ready for work. And then I clock in. First thing I do, even if it's my project day, the first thing I do is check my ticketing queue to see if there's anything that's really, really important that I have to get done. Okay, so first thing first, I have a ticket here. It's an onboard ticket. I think they have the wrong date on here, but it's an onboard ticket that the automation didn't create automatically. Something went wrong with the automation that is put in place that creates the accounts automatically. So I have to manually create the account. So I am going to create that today. Now I have another ticket here for a user with Zoom. This person, I'm trying to reach out to them so I can have them sign in, because with Zoom, once you sign into Zoom, it's going to create an account for the person in the Zoom portal, and then from there, whoever the admin is over the Zoom account will be able to go in and assign them a number and do all that extra stuff. But I'm trying to reach out to her so she can sign in, and I can't get a hold of her at all, right? So I'm going to keep trying. We have a rule: after 3 attempts, if no one is responding, they're not trying to let us get our work done, close the ticket, right? Because if it's that important, you're going to respond. So we have a 3-strike rule. So today should be like my 4th strike. So I was giving them a chance. So after today, if they don't respond, I'm closing the ticket, and they'll just have to reopen another one, right? I have another ticket here for a replacement on a laptop, which I have scheduled for tomorrow. The user is having an issue with their laptop. I guess the fan is blowing hard or not working. Something is not working on the device. They tried to explain it, but sometimes the end users can't really explain. So I told them to bring the device in and we'll replace it. I have another onboard in here. This onboard doesn't happen till November 10th, so that's a while. I already created the account. I have the device in stock. I have everything. All the user got to do is show up. I have another one right here for a Zoom situation again. But with this one, this person is trying to get fax, right? So there's a specific application that we integrate with Zoom to allow for faxing, but then a license needs to be procured. And if you know anything about IT, there is separation of duties, right? Which is a good thing for cybersecurity and stuff like that, and just for all overall integrity and things of that nature of the work, right? Having multiple people on a project sometimes is good. It helps to make sure that everybody's getting their job done. You might have one person that's very serious and the other person might be kind of lax or whatever the case may be. So there's different benefits to it, but sometimes it doesn't make any sense. Now, in this particular instance, it's not about making sense and not making sense. It's just the fact that this person is trying to get this application, but for us to get the application, I have to reach out to the procurement team, and the procurement team have to procure the license and then assign the license, and then I have to reach out to the Zoom guy, and I have to do too much reaching out. Some of these tickets, I do feel like the person that can get the job done should be the one to receive the tickets, or the ticket should go to the person. Like, if the procurement have to do a step before me, the ticket probably should go to him first. Let him do his thing, because sometimes Having that ticket there will put a fire under that person to know that, hey, if this ticket showed that it was in my queue for 2 weeks, I'm gonna get in trouble. But if this ticket in my queue, they could kind of throw it off, put it off. So I think it should be like a chain reaction. Like the ticket go to the person that it should go to first. Let them do their part. Then they send it to the next person. Let them do their part. Then send it to the last person, whoever the person's supposed to be. Let them do the part. Close the ticket, right? Instead of it being in a one person queue, and that one person is doing so much footwork to try to call for something that they technically don't even have access to do. You feel me? So for this ticket, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do technically. Everything on this ticket, I'm going to have to call people for. So, but that's just how it is. I have another ticket. Well, I actually have a duplicate ticket. And this is something that you might run into sometimes. You'll have users submitting tickets, and then like right after they submit a ticket, couple hours they submit another one, or the next day they submit another one because they want their issue to be fixed fast. Sometimes it's a mistake as well, because one person, the person that's having the issue, might submit the ticket, and then their boss might submit the ticket too, not knowing that they already submitted a ticket. There's different reasons and ways for multiple tickets to be in your queue for the same issue. And all it is a Yodeck device purchase, which again, procurement has to buy these devices and pay for these devices. So the ticket is in my queue, and I can't really do nothing about it. So procurement, I think, just ordered it yesterday. I got the notification, so I think it was yesterday. And then I have another ticket. This is the craziest ticket I have, right? I have a ticket here for a user that's working in like India or someplace, Indiana, someplace away. And they need a laptop and peripherals and stuff like that. And we shipped the device. So the boss, the person that's hiring them, reached out to me about it. I'm like, okay, we could send the stuff to them. And they send me a mailing address, and the mailing address is for FedEx, but they never told me that, right? Now remember, I'm not the procurement guy. I don't ship things to people all the time, so I really don't even know how things work. I'm an Amazon guy, I just use Amazon. Amazon is very fast, so I try not to, if I can't go get it in person, 9 times out of 10 I just buy it from Amazon because they get things to me faster, right? So I'm not this hyper mailing person that just know with how the mailing system work. And also, they didn't even tell me anything. They just sent me the address. They're like, hey, can you send it to a mail-in facility? Because the guy, he's kind of scared or whatever that it gets mailed to his house and it gets left outside. And I guess somebody picks it up because, of course, it's a laptop and all these different things. So, the point is valid. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we should be able to. I confirmed and we could, So I was like, all right, cool. So they sent me the address. I added the address to the ticket, and the procurement guy went into the ticket, ordered the stuff, sent it to the address. When he sent it to the address, the vendor for the laptop still didn't even send the device. This is 2 weeks after we purchased it. The device didn't even get shipped, right? 2 weeks after, right? So that's another story. I don't know why the vendor is taking so long, and I think we need to switch vendors, but that's just me. But yeah, I ordered the stuff 2 weeks before the user even was supposed to start. The day before, like 2 days before, the Friday before the Monday that the user's supposed to start, check in. The device wasn't even shipped, so I ended up having a spare device in my office, and I expedited it to them, to the same address. Now, the peripherals is saying that it was supposed to be delivered on the 22nd, and this is Amazon, so 9 times out of 10 it is delivered, right? But I still was trying to reach out to the procurement guy to see if it was reached so he could track it, and it said it was delivered, right? So the guy went to the address that he told us to send the stuff to, and lo and behold, it's a FedEx address. Now, USPS is what we use to send the stuff, and FedEx does not accept packages from USPS and stuff like that. So they sent back the peripherals, and the guy so happened to pull up at FedEx on the time when they was delivering the spare that I sent, right? So luckily, he still was able to get a laptop. So he's in the office, and while he's there, the people pull up with the laptop, the spare laptop that I sent, and he happened to be there in person to get it. Like, hey, listen, no, 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 that's mine. So he was able to get a laptop, right? But the peripherals get sent back, and the original laptop he was supposed to get hasn't even been shipped. Even like the day that he was supposed to start on, like the day after we tracking the laptop, still hasn't been shipped. So the boss reached back out like, hey, can we send it to his original address, to his apartment? I'm like, okay, cool. They sent the address. The procurement guy canceled the laptop since it wasn't sent yet, and changed the address on the peripherals and the laptop that he was supposed to get. So hopefully the devices are being sent to his location and he gets them this time. I know that was a lot and a little bit long winded, but yeah, this is what I'm going through right now. Okay. So I have another ticket here for 5G iPads. Now, this actually is the same guy that has the new user with the weird ticket with the FedEx and laptop, whatever, right? He has another ticket he submitted here, and this is for a 5G iPad. Now, come to find out, it's like 4 to 5 iPads, and all 5 of these iPads are in different locations, and he wants a SIM card for each of them. Now, we are trying to find out. Now, remember, I'm not the procurement guy. So the procurement guy needs to know what address these SIM cards are going to be going to. Are they going to go to the different addresses where the iPad's at? Or are they going to just go to one address and he's going to figure out a way to get them there? And we need the IMEI and model and everything of the iPad just to make sure that we hooking up and setting up the right devices, right? So I'm still waiting on more information on this ticket. I think I only got like 2 of them. So I'm still waiting on more information on this ticket so I could get it done and taken care of. All right. And then I have a ticket here, a disposal ticket. If you're going to be working in information technology, you're going to be doing disposal tickets. So keep that in mind. So this is just for all the old devices, broken devices. You know, you have to dispose of it a certain way. I already did everything I'm supposed to do. I'm just waiting for my boss to do his part, sign off on it. And then we make contact with the disposal company. They're going to send me some boxes or they're going to come and pick it up. And then they send a certification of disposal to let you know and have the proof that these devices have been disposed. And then I take a screenshot or whatever, or copy it or whatever, paste it in the ticket, close the ticket. So this ticket is taking a little bit longer than I wanted to. And then I have another disposal ticket, which is for another site where we had a tech working, but he's no longer with the company. So they wanted somewhere to put the ticket and they decided to put it in my queue. So yeah, that's just how my ticket queue looks right now. I got 11 tickets. Sometimes I have more tickets. Sometimes I have tickets that I could take care of right then and there. And then sometimes I have tickets where I have to wait on other people, wait on procurement, wait on this, wait on that. And everybody's dragging their feet to get things done. And that's just how it is, you know? So yeah, guys, just wanted to give you guys an insight of how the day is going to go. Like I said, this is my project day. The ticket with the onboarding, I'm going to take care of. But everything else I do for the day is going to be based on project stuff, learning stuff, you know, doing studies and stuff like that, because that's what the day is for. And I always get in trouble for helping users on my project day because I like making sure the users are taken care of. So the supervisor's always like, don't do no tickets on your project day. So I'm like, all right, cool. I won't do no tickets on my project day. So yeah, man, I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up, or, you know, a little insight on how the day is going to be if you get into information technology. Always keep in mind, every company is different. You know, this is just how this company is and my experience, and I hope that it can help prepare your mind for whatever role that you will be getting soon. And I will see y'all in the next videos.